Hello everyone, it's Nady, and today we'll be testing out the first launch from Rare Beauty. As you beautiful people know, this is about the products and not the people behind them. Any tip you may have with them, please cast it away because this is a channel of positive energy. Okay? Thank you. Oh, my little edible arrangements, how you doing? I hope wherever you're at in the world, you are having a fantastic day so far. I am dying to try out this new stuff. It just came to me on my doorstep, and I am so excited I might have to go change my dainties. If you didn't already know, this is another celebrity brand launched by Selena Gomez. I don't really follow her or know really anything about her, but just from the packaging, this honestly looks really fucking good, like way better than most celebrity launches. The packaging is very beautiful. It's simplistic. It has like a parchment texture to it. It looks very simplistic and aesthetically pleasing, almost like skincare products. The packaging kind of gives the illusion that it's very natural, super earth friendly, makes me want to go hug a tree or adopt every animal in a shelter. I get all of those feelings just from packaging. I mean, the products themselves might be shit, I don't know. Before we unbox this, let me check out my order and see how much everything was. It looks like the foundation, which I got in shade 220C, was $29, not too bad. And then the concealer, which I got in 160C, was $19. The Perfect Strokes matte liner retailed for $19, and then the lipstick, which I got in the color Transform, was 20 bucks. None of this really seems too outrageously priced. It looks like you get pretty much the standard amount in these. And for a first launch, there were so many fucking shades. I think there was over 45 of them. At least for the foundation, there may have even been the same for the concealers, but like even seasoned brands don't come out with that many shades, so you go, honey. I do have a stoner's memory, but from what I remember, the shades went pretty light to pretty deep, so I like that they're starting this brand off on a good foot. Like, yes, bitch. I am a little bit scared to open this up and see if the foundation matches me. I only ordered one of them. Keep your titties and toes crossed that this is at least manageable. Oh, you know? It's dark, but it might work. The packaging is kind of unique. I don't think I've ever seen this. Maybe like Christian Dior? I think they had lipsticks with something like that. I don't know. I could be totally fucking wrong. But it's really nice. Ooh, it's got a little shaker in it. So I'm assuming this is probably maybe a more liquidy foundation. Then for the concealer, oh my god, that is really, really light. God damn. I will say that online, these definitely look way different. Like, I thought this was gonna be too light, and I thought this was gonna be too dark. Ah, wow, oh my gosh. Okay, but opening this, I really like this little Mento thing on top. It does look like a Mento. Doesn't taste like one, but it just makes opening this up kind of easy. Oh, I like that. It looks like the foundation has 4.3 out of 5 stars, not too shabby. The lowest reviews say do not buy if you have dry or combo skin, which is exactly what I have. The foundation of my nightmares, this rubs right the fuck off. Not even sure why there's hype for this product. I have combo skin and this just cakes up even with a wet sponge. Let me go ahead and see what the positives are saying because there are quite a few of them. I have acne rosacea, and finding a foundation that does not give me pimples or redness is a challenge, but so far this has done the trick. Perfect for normal skin. Okay, so it sounds like people either fucking love this or fucking hate this. I happen to have like dry patches around my face, but I have been exfoliating and adding oil to my face, so hopefully it won't be that bad. For the rest of the products, I think I'm gonna go in blindly because those reviews really didn't help anything. So since they said this probably isn't for dry skin, I'm gonna really hydrate. I did put some face oil on my face like an hour ago, so it should be sunk in. My skin feels very supple and happy, but I'm also gonna go in with a little bit of extra hydration with this Laura Mercier hydrating primer. And usually the spots where makeup just will not stick for some reason is like right up here and around my temples and then right here, so I'm gonna really make sure that shit is primed like a biatch. All the box says is shake well. It doesn't say if it's better with a sponge or a brush, but let me give it yet another shake. And I haven't even seen what kind of applicator this has. Oh, it's a doe foot. Wow, that is liquidy. This looks very weird. I really don't know if this is normal. Maybe it's just some of the pigment that's not really blended in with it, but doesn't that look odd? It's like when there was black mold on the ceiling at my old farmhouse. I'm assuming it's really not that big of a deal though, but if my face falls off, we know what to blame. So there we have it. She is very watery. Ain't nothing wrong with that. The wetter the better, but I love that the doe foot picks up so much product, and I guess let's try it on this side first. Go in with a good little bit right here. But on this side, I'm actually gonna go in with a Hank & Henry foundation brush and we can see how it performs. Hopefully I didn't put on too much, we'll see. I mean, it looks like a lot, but it doesn't really feel like there's anything on my skin. It's extremely lightweight. Ooh, it's blending out very nicely, but I can already see that it's definitely clinging to my dry patches. Even though I've exfoliated, even though I've really moisturized and used a moisturizing primer, I can just tell that it is accentuating accentuating the fuck out of my dry patches, which is so weird because I can't really see them when I don't have makeup on. It's whenever I put foundation on that clings to dry patches that I can see them. So far, I don't love the way it looks. And I don't think that was too much because it doesn't look cakey. It just looks really dry on my skin. Let me see if I can get a little bit closer. I don't know if you'll even be able to see anything. Because like in my monitor, I think it does look really good, but in person, oh my goodness. Just a second, I'm gonna go in with the other side and use a damp sponge, and maybe that moisture will kind of help even things out. Ooh, it smells nice. It kind of smells like vanilla, but it also smells like expired oil. I feel like it looks like there's so much, but this is probably the equivalent of like one pump. All right, let's try it with a damp sponge. Okay, so I mean, it did soak up quite a bit of product. That's definitely the downside of using these sponges, but I do think this side looks better. It just doesn't look the best. It's just okay. Like this is definitely on like a lower drugstore level, at least on my skin, knowing that I do have somewhat dry skin. This might work amazing if you did have like almost flawless skin. I don't know. What do you think? Because the camera does lie. Here it is up close. I don't know what to think of this. For me, there is a clear coverage difference between this side and this side, even though I applied the same amount, but I do like the way this side looks better with this application, so I'm gonna go ahead and double the fuck up, just so we can see how this layers and if we can't actually get decent coverage with it. All right, here we go. Ooh, that's not bad. Actually, with 2 layers, I think it looks so much better. It's almost like so liquidy of a foundation that it just spreads too thin, and you're left with patchiness. This is one of those rare foundations that actually looks better the more you apply. That's so weird, but punny. Yes, it is absolutely dry as fuck on my face, but it's not the worst. And I like that it's able to be built up. It's just like around this area. You can tell that I have really dry skin, even though I've exfoliated. Like, I can't imagine how this would look had I not exfoliated. Look like a piece of sandpaper. I think this actually looks really fucking decent, but just to even everything out, I'm gonna go in with one more little swipe all over the face and blend it out with my booty blender. There's still a few spots I can see flaws and redness peeking through, and I want to get rid of them. And for those of us who may be sporting a beard, it does blend out in between the little hairs very, very well. Like, it's not pilling up or anything. It just looks natural. There we go. So I'm really not terribly upset with how this looks. Is it the best looking foundation that I've ever tried in that price range? Oh god, I dropped my poof. I wouldn't say so, no, but it does look pretty good. And I don't know if it's because I applied 3 fucking layers, but around this area, I can start to see it starting to break up. Oh my god, I just lightly touched my face when I went like that, and it wiped the fuck off. Let me touch that up. And I don't know that the average person wants like this full of coverage, so maybe one little thing all over the face would be plenty for you, but again, when it spreads out, it does get really patchy. But then when you get to the coverage that you actually want, it starts to look dry and cakey. So if you don't have dry skin and you have really hydrated skin, maybe this shit would be okay. But I felt as though my skin was like so moisturized. My face was a wop. But yes, here we have it kind of up close. I don't know what you're able to see. In person, it's really not that bad, but oh my god, around this area, it is very textured, and especially right here with my little marionette lines. Damn, I need a chemical peel ASAP. All right, so let's move on to this concealer. Oh, this is a very, very interesting doe foot though. It's like they just sliced a normal one right down the center at an angle. Ooh, she got a smell to her and it ain't the best. I don't know that I like that because that picks up an excessive amount. Like, I know I'm a concealer hoe and use way too much, but damn. All right, well, let's try it, and oh god, it's so much and it's so light. Highlighting like a drag queen. I love it. It does have a very nice thick consistency though. Like, I feel as though you may be able to use this as even a spot concealer. God, I'm probably using way too much. It smells just like Halloween makeup, like bubbles mixed with plastic. So I don't love that, but hopefully it performs great. Honestly, it kind of feels like Halloween makeup too, like that really thick feeling. On this side, I'm just gonna go ahead and blend it out with a clean, fluffy brush. That looks really good. Like, yes, it is way too light, so it's not really covering the purple underneath my eyes, but it's blending out very nicely with a brush. Again, though, it's super reminiscent of like a drugstore product, at least how it feels, but I do think it looks pretty okay. I'll blend the other side out with a damp sponge. Oh yeah, I definitely like the brush side better. This is just sucking up so much product. I think this side looks better, but I'm gonna have to like double it up just to be on this side's level of coverage. Oh damn, that is really making this area look so old and just red and ugh. It's almost like this is picking up all of the product on my face. I'm just gonna buff it out with the whatever's left on this other brush. This is so confusing because it's like neither of these tools are really ideal and I don't have any of my flat round poofs left. Like the brush makes it have better coverage, but it doesn't sit as nicely on the skin as it does with this, but then this soaks everything up. But I wouldn't really say either side looks that great. It just looks decent. So I'm gonna go in with a little bit of Hourglass translucent powder underneath my eyes and all of the rest of my face, and hopefully that'll help kind of blur things. You know what? I actually think that helped quite a bit. I don't know if it was the powder because that shit is fucking banging, but now it looks great. Actually, I think it was the powder because it does have a great blurring effect and it kind of filled in my pores. So this is what it looks like now. What do we think? Yes? No? It's very, very kind of light coverage to me. Like even though I put on so much concealer and 3 things of foundation, I can still see my skin peeking through. That's not necessarily a bad thing. A lot of people like that, but like I would have loved for that to be covered, and I would have loved to have even more coverage under my eyes, but it is what it is. All right, let me go ahead and feel if this still wipes off. Oh, this does still wipe off, even though it's set into place. Oh my god. Shit, it left like finger streaks. Let me blend that out. That part I totally don't understand because I've had this on for probably 20 minutes or so, and it still hasn't dried down, so what the fuck? I mean, there really wasn't any oil left on my face. Maybe it was the primer that's making this slide around. Let's continue. I did order kind of like a deep plummy red lipstick, so I think I want to keep the eyes kind of like a simple glam. So let's go ahead and prime the eyes with the new Gerard Cosmetics Clean Canvas in the shade Fair. Ooh, I've not tried this yet. They just came out with like 3 or 4 new different shades, and this is a much thicker formula than what I'm used to. As if I'm ever complaining about anything being thick. Oh, yes, thicker than a Snicker and just as good. Let's start by dipping into this Zoeva Cocoa Blend palette, and I'm gonna go into this lightest shade right here to highlight the brow. Place that shit right there. Yes, baby. Then I'm gonna dip into this Pink Lush Cosmetics chocolate palette into this beautiful mauve right here. And I'm gonna place that all over the crease line, back and forth, and just blend that out. God, this just feels so good. I could do this all damn day. And then back into the Zoeva palette, I'm gonna dip into this lighter brown. And I'm gonna push that shade right into the crease and kind of stipple it back and forth. And then I'm gonna finish up with a mattes on the upper lash by dipping into both of these shades. And I'm just gonna swing that little hoe all around the outer corner. And then I'm just gonna gently smoke out all of those same colors on the lower lash line. I'm gonna dip my phalange into this beautiful gold in the Zoeva palette, and I'm gonna place it about halfway into my eye. Now for the eyeliner, I am very picky when it comes to eyeliner. My god, this looks like a fucking pen. Does it not? Like, what the fuck? Okay. I actually kind of like the way this feels. Like, it's very smooth to the touch. For some reason, I thought it was gonna come out like at this end, but that works too. It has a very, very sharp, nice point. But let's take it around the block and see how she does. Okay, here we go. Oh my goodness, this is just weighted kind of funny. It's like very back heavy, so when you put it in your hand, it just kind of falls back. It's the little details like that that really make or break a product. But here we go. Let's try it. We go a little wing right here, and ooh, I like this so far. All right, so let's continue. We go about halfway in, bring that shit around town, and oh my goodness, I fucking love this so far. Like, yes. It is extremely dark. It's very, very pigmented. Super easy to use. Okay, I know this is like the most dramatic, like extremely long liner ever, but I really wanted to put it to the test, and I'm not at all upset about this. So there we have one side. It's not the most even thing in the world. I apologize. I'll try better on the other side, but I really like this liner. Damn, B. I'm just gonna bring this edge down a little bit. Oh, damn it. It bled just like the tiniest bit. Now it just keeps getting bigger and bigger and like more curvy, and I'm gonna end up looking like Amy Winehouse here in a minute. I feel like that was definitely my fault because I went in way too quickly, and so we're just gonna ignore this side. But this side is fine. All right, my face is done, so let's finish up this look with some lipstick. This is a really pretty packaging. It has like a matte tube. It's just really comfortable to hold, and it has a nice little doe foot. Let's see. Smells like nothing. And it looks like a nice kind of thick whipped formula. Let's see how it is on the lips. I totally should have done a lip scrub before this because my lips look nasty, but even so, I really like this. It kind of reminds me of the NYX like velvet suede. I think that's what it's called. Oh, no, it tastes like I licked an old woman. Just has like a really perfumey flavor. Other than the flavor though, I actually think it's really good. Like it does feel pretty heavy and thick on the lips, but it's not uncomfortable. It feels more like a thick balm or a gloss. I actually really like it, and the color I think is beautiful. I think this dries down right. It feels very much like a cream lipstick right now. Oh wait, this says it is a cream lipstick. Okay, probably helps to read about the things that you're reviewing. But yes, here we have it. I really like this lipstick. It is so fucking comfortable. It does feel exactly like a bullet style lipstick, but it feels more adhered, but not in like a dried down uncomfortable way. Let me just show you close up how everything looks before we zoom out and I can give you my final verdict. What do we think? Does it look good? Does it look bad? Do I look like a fucking witch in a good way, in a bad way? Yeah, that lipstick's pretty. All right, so final thoughts. This foundation, I truly do not love it. I don't hate it, but it's just like meh. Like for the price, I feel as though you could do better. Like even for half the price with a drugstore foundation, I think it would look better. It doesn't look that bad right now, but I did also have to use a luxury blurring powder all over my face to get this to actually work. The concealer, I really can't fairly judge it because it was way too fucking light for me and it kind of really brought out the blue tones in my skin. But if I were to judge it, I don't care a whole lot for it. Like it never really erased underneath my eyes. In fact, it kind of accentuated all of the things that I don't want accentuated. It's creasing pretty bad on my forehead and under here, and both the concealer and the foundation really cling to my dry spots. I really made sure to hydrate, to exfoliate, and try to do everything right before this review, and even with doing that, they don't look the best on my skin. Like I kind of feel as though they aged me. And not that there's anything wrong with aging, but I don't want to look older than I actually am, and I feel like in person, I definitely do look older. The liner, I do really like this. The lipstick, I really like this too, although now that I've had it on my lips for like 15 minutes, it does feel a little bit dry, but I did kind of have dry ass lips today, so I don't really think it was this. If anything, I feel as though this added a little bit of moisture. It's super comfortable, and I think it's actually safe to say that about pretty much all of the things in this collection. They do feel extremely lightweight, which was kind of their shtick, but with it being lightweight, I just feel as though we lost a bit of quality. I would have rather had a thicker foundation that didn't look super dry on my skin, and something that didn't turn super patchy when I blended it out with just a minimal amount. But then like right here with these studio lights, I do actually think it looks really good, so maybe this would be great for photography, but like even under the eyes, I just don't love it. So do I recommend these products? I think if you have hydrated skin with not a lot of imperfections and you don't really need to cover much up, then yeah, it would be good. Same for the concealer, but if you have dry patches on your face, you're gonna look like a fucking cactus. The lipstick and eyeliner do seem pretty universal. I totally recommend them if you're curious, but like I said, this does remind me of the NYX one. And for this, yes, I do like it, but for the same price, I can get my Hank and Henry one, and I love that one. So yes, they're good, but are they my holy grails? No. But overall, for a first time launch, I do think that this is pretty damn good. Like there's a huge ass range, and no, you really can't expect every product to work for everybody, so I'm not that miffed about anything. Like if none of this shit worked, then yes, I would be pissed, but we were able to work with them, create a nice simple glam look, and I did enjoy using most of the products. But there you go. Thank you so much for being here. I love having you. And if you want to join me on lives, please head over to my new live channel. It's PopLux Live. I will link it to you down below. And if you want to support me and my channel just a little bit more, please feel free to join us on Patreon. It's patreon.com/poplux. There you get videos a day early, you get special Patreon only content, there's lots of little gold nuggets over there, plus best part, it's cheap, fun, and fancy, just like me. And like always, please be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell down below so that you're notified anytime I upload a new video. Don't forget my newest collection of highlighters, including Black Ice, which does change from black to white, is available at thepoplux.com. Also, my latest album, Kiss of Fame, is available everywhere online that music is sold. Thank you so much to everyone who's supporting them. Comment down below, let me know what you thought of this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. You can follow me on Snapchat, Instagram, and Twitter at officialnady, and you can follow me online at thepoplux.com. Thank you so much for watching. I love you all, and I will see you again soon. Bye!